Hey guys, Kevin the Comic Doctor coming to you for another CGC unboxing. That's right, 2 boxes came in over the last few days. And you know what? They weren't full. They were pretty close, but I'm going to do 2 unboxings today. I'm going to do 2 boxes again like I did last week. Try to, I like coming up here on YouTube and doing these videos with you guys, but unfortunately it takes time away from those guys. So I gotta streamline, my friends. I got to streamline. So let's, I want to get these done and then get right back to work. Hey, listen, I don't know if you realize this or not, but I actually have announced my next prize. I think everybody likes gift certificates. It's the easiest thing to give these days, even at Christmas time and on birthdays. What do we give? We run off to the local pharmacy or drugstore and buy gift cards. Impersonal, I suppose, but effective nonetheless. So what I'm going to be giving out is a $250 Comic Doctor gift card. Now this gift card can be used for pressing, cleaning, CGC submission, whatever you like. So that's going to happen when I hit 1,500 subscribers. And who knows what else I might find along the way. I might actually throw a couple of comic books in there. I don't know. All I do know is I don't want to do 10 different giveaways or 7 different giveaways like last time because the videos to do those giveaways take forever to make. Although Jack is pretty cute and he helped me out quite a bit, so that was all right. But listen, guys, like I said, I have a box here. Let's get started. All right, so I opened her up already. I'll move some of this packaging out of the way. So we have 1 invoice, 2 invoice, and another invoice, 3 invoices. So this should be from 3 different orders. And I believe a part of this, a portion of this is from a pre-screen. So, and here are some of the rejects as well. And I think the other parcel I have has also pre-screen in it. But the rejects for those, I think, are in here. Now, that pre-screen order that I did, again, it came back, as you all know, really quickly. I sent it like, 2 weeks ago, and it's mostly all back. I'm waiting on 1 box that is done, but for some reason, again, it's sitting in limbo. Anyhow, let's take out the rejects. Here's 1 box of rejects. I'll slip it down there, and another box of rejects here. And it says, I was looking for raw books inside. And that's how CGC returns books to you. Because sometimes CGC will return books to you with pre-screens. If you don't hit the grade that you want, they'll put them in a box like this, bundle them up, and mark them as raw books as such. Okay, anyways, let's see what books we have in here, shall we? Let me move it aside. And again, I am really not sure. One of these boxes I had no idea was coming back. So, anyways, first off, Submariner number 8. Awesome cover, black cover with the thing. That's a classic cover in it. I'm going to move my microphone over here a little bit more. Hopefully you can still hear me. That's a nice book. This is obviously not from the pre-screen, right? The pre-screen was all moderns. Next we have a copy of Son of Satan, number 12. A continuation from Ghost Rider number 2. And I'm starting to see Son of Satan books come in here as well. Marvel Spotlight on Son of Satan, number 12, I should say. All right. Moving right along. See, again, when I used to do these videos, edit them, I just go boom, 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 and I go right through the comics really quick. This time, because I'm doing it this way, not so much. You even get all the sound effects, the crinkling of all the plastics and everything. All right, next we have a copy of X-Men number 5. And a 4.0. All right. I tell you guys, we complain about CGC, but I really do like their slabs. I've said that before. I'll say it again. Their slabs I like them. And even when people used to complain about the, there's a name for it. The gasoline effect, I guess, when the plastic's hitting the comic and it creates that kind of rainbow effect. That never bothered me, to be honest. I didn't really care about that personally. But some people, it drove them nuts. Let me see what's next. Oh, Ghost Rider number 1. This book has really popped. Marvel Spotlight 15, the first appearance of Ghost Rider. Obviously, is a big book, but now Ghost Rider number 1, his own solo title, is also catching up. I think a book like this in a 7, again, don't quote me on this. Maybe somebody in the chat can go have a quick look on eBay. I think in a 7 we're getting close to $500, $600, $700 mark. Am I wrong, guys? I think that's where it's going. Again, one of those books that's popped over the last 365 days. I should be checking for cracks on this box, because this box wasn't crushed, but when it arrived, it had like 3 claw marks going down the side, as though Wolverine had attacked it. Crazy enough. Anyways, next we got New Teen Titans #1 in a 9.8, and I think we are now beginning the pre-screen. All right, not bad. George Perez awesomeness. All right, and might be enough. Usually they come in doubles. Let's see what else. Oh no, Ray #1, and this is the glossy version. And I don't know if you realize this or not, but this particular book of Rai there's a variant, right? There's a glossy cover and a dull flat cover. So this is a glossy one and a 9.8 nonetheless, which is awesome, or no less, I should say. Welcome everybody. If you're just joining us now, just doing a CGC unboxing. We've gotten through around 6 books or so. Quite a few more left to go, so stick around, won't you? Another Rai Rai 0, not #1, guys, in a 9.6. I believe every single copy I sent was the glossy version. Again, these pre-screens were not pressed and cleaned. These pre-screens, as I said in the past videos, were just sent. They were from a collection. My client wanted them back pronto, and I said, if you want them back pronto, pre-screening is the way to go. He elected a 9.6 as his minimum grade, and so we are seeing the results of that now. And here's another Rai, and this one's in a 9.6 as well. Is there any more of those? I'm not sure. Spider-Man 363 in a 9.8, also a part of the pre-screen. I think the rest are all pre-screen books. I believe the rest are all moderns, I believe, in this box anyhow. Another Rai in a 9.6. I'll skip along these. When I'm done the box, we'll go over to the chat and see what everybody's up to today. Huntress #1 in a 9.8. Another Huntress in a 9.6. Huntress again in a 9.8. Another one. Another New Teen Titans #1 in a 9.8. This is the second one in this batch. Nothing wrong with that. And then we also have another ASM 363, yes, in a 9.8, which is excellent. What we got here? We got 4 more in this box. 9.6 and a 363 and a 9.6 again. That's not bad. We got quite a few of those. Another 9.6. Another 9.8. There's 3 9.8s in the ASM 363. And then, what else we got? One more. Oh, another one. Another one in a 9. It's 4 in a 9.8. So that's not too bad. So again, guys, these were, we had a few Silver Age books, a couple of Bronze Age books, I think, and a bunch of moderns from that pre-screen. And again, there's one more box at CGC of these pre-screens. A continuation of this as well in this other box I'm going to show you in just a second. But first, I have to put these invoices back so as not to mix up these books. Let's go over to the chat, see what you guys are all saying and doing. If anybody has any questions or comments, let's have a look-see. Let's go to the chat window. Oh, people are talking. All right, let's just call up my chat window of my own, because there we go. All right, let's go to the top here. Mike's here. Hey, if you're wearing that t-shirt, is Superman naked right now? Maybe. I can't say for sure. 200. Mike's always pushing it. 250, not 2,500. Man, I'm gonna tell you something funny today. In 1 second, I'll tell you something funny. Actually, I'll tell you right now. As you know, I was talking about going to Robert Meyer Burnett's the Burnett Works page when the new Hawkeye series starts and when the new Book of Boba Fett TV series starts, I'm going to be giving out a couple of comics over there. So I picked up a couple of books I thought would be nice to give away. And one of those books, let me just call it up for you right now. I'll show it to you on my phone because this is kind of funny. Where is it? Right there. Yeah, right here. Let me just show this to you. Get my phone to zoom in a little bit. You guys have probably seen these. These really cool... vintage collection covers for the comic books. Well, I picked one up and I sent it off. I said, hey, Robert, I found this book. It'd be a nice giveaway for when the Book of Boba Fett comes out. So he's, yeah, I love it. So today he has a show in the morning called Half and Half where he drinks a coffee and talks about current news in Hollywood. And he goes, oh, and Kevin the Comic Doctor is going to be giving out some new awesome... vintage toys, Star Wars toys at the next giveaway. Vintage carded figures in high grade. I'm like, no, I'm not giving out carded figures in high grade. A Boba Fett figure carded from like original is like about a $20,000, in a good condition, it's a $20,000 action figure. So anyways, I wrote it. I said, no, Robert, look at the picture closely. It's not an action figure. It's a comic book. So anyways, just like that, Michael, I'm not giving out $2,500. I'm giving out $250 gifts. And you know what? There might be more too. As we get closer to the draw, I might throw in a comic or two. We will see. Dennis Try. Hey, CGC is cleared. Yes, I just saw the news. One of my clients just wrote to me and said CGC is up to date in terms of of unboxing the submissions that are coming in. It doesn't mean their turnaround times are better. It just means they're opening the boxes as they are received, which is good. It's a good start. Like I said, guys, I think that by after Christmas, we're going to see, I hope, fingers crossed, we're going to see a reduction in the turnaround time. I hope so. Wayne, I love hearing and seeing books sent in two. I know, Wayne hates this. That's right. So yeah, Wayne said the exact same thing. Michael, Son of Satan on that. And sorry, is that an odd one to get slabbed? Never saw that one before. Michael, yeah, Son of Satan, again, all these 1970s characters that were intertwined into the Marvel universe. They're starting. People are speculating that they're gonna play with these. They're gonna play in the sandbox with these characters. Another one's like Red Wolf. Right, the indigenous character, I've been seeing that comic come in a little bit now, starting to, especially in high grade. You never know what they're going to do. Everyone specs. Everyone's thinking, this character was not huge, but you never know. It could pop. I mean, look at what happened with Thanos, right? Like Thanos was kind of he wasn't an A-tier villain, right? He wasn't a Doctor Doom and he wasn't a Magneto. But when they chose Thanos as the villain for the MCU going way back. And I remember this book being worth, $100, $50, Iron Man 55. The book exploded, obviously, and it kind of slumped, it kind of had its, ups and downs, but it's holding strong, especially in high grade. So yeah, people are thinking that perhaps Son of Satan might come around. And now that we're going into that supernatural world, Ghost Rider, Blade, who knows? Mephisto, possibly. Maybe we're going to get a Son of Satan as well. VP, howdy. How you doing, partner? Thanks, Dennis. Michael, love the X-Men 5 cover. Yes, so do I. I like the 4 as well. I love all those covers. Newton rings. Jim, thanks, brother. Yeah, everyone was so upset about Newton rings. David said that as well, and so did VP. They never bothered me. I just figured these kind of came with the territory, right? When you put plastic up against, or acrylic up against a colorful piece of paper, usually you get those Newton rings. It doesn't bug me, but some people can't stand them. People are grading everything and anything now. That's what's happening. Hey, I have a Hulk 444 at 6.5. I got to get that grading. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of books come in here. All kinds of books. Martin, how you doing, Marty? Good to see you. Martin says, are you able to track our orders to see where they are as in graded, waiting to be graded, or waiting to be sent back? Yes, but not very accurately. I can check anybody's order. Right, like example, like I have this is the order sheet from that pre-screen order, for example, right? And right here on the top right corner is an invoice number. So I can look that invoice number up on my dealer page, and it will tell me where it is. But there's only, I think, like 3 or 4 maybe 5 stages. Received. Oh man, I forget received. Scheduled for grade. Well, the first one's received. Then it's scheduled for grading, and then the next one is grading something else, like the process, and there's grading quality control, and then there's shipped. So there's like 4 or 5 different stages. But once you're in those stages, you just kind of got to wait still. You just got to go by their turnaround time. And again, CGC will never say the book's turnaround time starts. You would think that the turnaround time would be allocated by the time it was received, right? But that's actually not the case. The turnaround time can extend and be shrunken. So their turnaround time is an estimate. They never say it's guaranteed. They never guarantee that. That's for sure. Michael, I'm old school. Copernicus rings. All right, Michael. Martin Peugeot, yes, he can. Sort of. Where am I here? Michael, not pressed and clean, just sent in willy-nilly. That guy lives on the edge. Yeah, Michael, he didn't want to wait. He had 135 books. He wanted them. He bought a huge collection, and he wanted them back pronto. And I said I couldn't do them fast. So I mean, you can gamble a bit because they were all relatively, they're well taken care of. You can tell they were properly bagged and boarded and stored. I go, there's a chance these books were purchased, thrown in a bag and a board, and thrown into a comic box. And so there's a chance some of these could come back high grade. And he was willing to gamble on that, and he did. And he's gotten a few 9.8s, more 9.6s than 9.8s. And he's got a lot of other books that have come back rejected. So now we're going to have to look at that and say, do we redo these books, or how do you want to proceed? 80s guy. Hello from New York City. How you doing, 80s guy? Yes. I'm a 70s guy and an 80s guy, I guess, too. Welcome. Did I miss the ASM 361, Sam says. Haven't seen one yet, buddy, so let's, maybe in the other box. Don't, you never know. Wayne, no, Sam, there's still time. Jim's Comics, nope, hasn't been one yet. Okay, you guys are talking amongst yourself, which is fantastic. It's Bang and Mike. I miss living in New York. I love being able to see Broadway plays. I love New York City. We were there. That was the last trip my family went on prior to COVID. We got back from, I'm lying to you, summer trip. We got back from New York. We went back to work, and then we went to Jamaica, and then COVID happened. So our books could be back in the new year. Some people's books are probably going to be back in the new year. Yeah, I think books that were sent in within the last 2 months, there's a good chance some of those could come back in January. But the fact that they are now up to date with the unboxings means that potentially they're going to put more resources towards grading, right? Let's hope. And get those books graded. But then again, we don't want them grading too quickly, right, guys? I mean, like I said, when things are done quickly, that's when problems sometimes happen. And I'd rather them take an extra week or two to make sure that my books come back in their slabs in good condition, not bent or dented or, you know what I mean, or crushed. Okay, why don't we get over to the other box? I'll just shift this baby. Let me just move this chair back for a second so I can get this one down here. I think that's the right way. There we go. Let's see what we have. Now this one has two invoices. The majority of this one is, I believe, the pre-screen with just one Bronze Age book. And you're going to know that Bronze Age book because it is a big Bronze Age book. And I think I know who it belongs to. Let me make sure it is the wrong way. But I have a feeling there's some more books in here. I think they messed up. Last week, they sent me a box without an invoice. I know whose books they were because it's all one person's books. And I mean, I can always track down whose books these are. Even if the invoices were not included, I could track down whose books they are. It's a pain in the ass because it's a bit of work, but I could do that. David says he spoke to CGC today. They are unboxing November 8 submissions. All right, so they're getting there. Oh, Michael, I'll keep you guessing. Not a Hulk 181, but we'll get there. Okay, let's transition back, and I'll start this baby up. All right, let's go over to my big, beautiful face. Here we go. All right. Oh, let's get rid of this bubble wrap. First, we have a Teen Titans number 2, first appearance of Deathstroke in a 9.4. And another one in a 6.5. All right, see, I don't think this is a part of the pre-screen, but I could be wrong. Ugh. If they didn't put the invoice in there, I'm not going to be happy. It's a lot of work for me, guys, to track everybody's down. Another 9.4. Oh, it is a pre-screen order. I know. Okay, I'm going to be quiet now. I think I know who this is. Yeah, okay. I know. It's a different order. This is not a pre-screen order from the same guy that I just did. This is a different fella. Anyways, 9.4. Very nice. Okay. We did 3 of those, right? Okay, moving right along. A little more of a variety on this one. We got X-Men 129 and an 8.0. Lots of keys in this one. These were pressed and cleaned, these ones. Moon Knight number 1 and a 9.6. A Moon Knight number 1 and a 9.4. I tell you, man, they are really... The 9/8s, they're not giving those 9/8s out like they used to, I tell you. Anybody else noticing that with their submissions? Really, really making it hard. 7.5, She-Hulk number 1. Another one in a 4.0. Maybe these weren't a pre-screen. I think this is just someone's order, actually, now that I think about it. I'm trying to think who it might be. I'm looking at the comics, trying to remember who it might belong to. I'm not sure. Oh well, keep going. Keep going. Another Moon Knight number 1 and a 9.6. Quite a few more to go. Moon Knight number 1 and a 9.6. Another one. Big Moon Knight order. They couldn't give the guy a 198. Like, come on. Gee whiz. Let me look at this book. Let me look at this book a little closer. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. This book is gorgeous. Stingy on the 9/8, CGC. Stingy on the 9/8. I'm not digging on that. Not digging on that. 9.2. Like, not one. Like, seriously? Another 9.4. I think there was how many copies of Moon Knight? Oh, 7, 2. About 7 copies of Moon Knight, it seems. Another one of those and a 9.0. Teen Titan number 2. X-Men 134 and a 9.6. Boy, oh boy. I just can't believe how amazingly... you know, I've been hearing rumors that the 9/8s are going to go the way of the dodo bird. You know, that the 9/8s are going to be... The 9/8s are going to soon become like the 9/9s, almost unattainable. I hope that is not the case. You know, 9.6 again. Look at that. Another one. And 9.6. What if Jane Foster had found the Hammer of Thor and an 8.0? Pretty big book. And that's a square bounder. Wow, I can't believe it. Gave him a 9.8. X-Men 137 and a 9.8. Five more to go. Jeez. No, 4 more to go. I lied. Another X-Men 141 and a 9.0. One of my favorite burn covers ever. Gorgeous. Love that. second part of this in a 9.4, 142. If you're joining us late, we're just finishing off some unboxings. The first box had a lot of pre-screens and a few Silver Age goodies. This one here is a box of pretty much a pre-screens. You know, something. Oh. I was wrong about... I mentioned there was a Bronze Age Grail that somebody... who was it? I think it was Michael mentioned Hulk 181, and I was wrong. I thought it was an Amazing Spider-Man 129, and I looked closer, and it was an X-Men 129. So I apologize. It's still a nice book, but it's not a First Punisher. Next we have another one of those 142s and a 9.0. And last, but certainly not least, that's not bad. Star Wars 42 and a 9.0. Yeah, and this one has, you'll notice some of the, the red overspray on it. It's got a dulled edge there too. And the overspray kind of goes onto the back slightly a bit as well too and leaks over. So you know what? Not bad for having those types of flaws to come back with at least a 9.0. And that's a super huge book. So not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. There you go, guys. There's my most recent two boxes. Not a whole hell of a lot of silver and Bronze Age goodies, but there's some in there anyhow. What'd you think? Are there any books in this lot that you yourself are looking for? Let me and the whole community know in the comment section below. And remember, by leaving comments in the comment section below, that's how you win. When I have these draws, I go strictly by the comments. So make sure you comment. Great that you're commenting on the chats. I love talking to you guys and interacting with you in this live fashion. But remember to always leave just one or two comments in the comment section to increase your chances of winning when I do have those draws. And again, if you're just joining us now, the next draw is going to be when I hit 1,500 subscribers. I'm at about 1,045 right now, something like that. So ways to go. But when I hit 1,500 subscribers, I'm going to be giving out a 200, and I almost said 2,500. See, it's your fault, Michael. I'm going to be giving out a $250 Comic Doctor gift card that can be used for pressing, cleaning, CGC submission, whatever your heart desires, okay? And you know what? Like I said, I might throw a couple of comics in the mix too. We will see. Let's go back to the chat and see what everybody's talking about. Perhaps I missed something. Let's see. Wow, where are we here? Oh, Michael. I gotta distinguish conversations between each of you, like talking to each other, and comments for me. Okay. I miss living in New York, Michael says. I love being able to see Broadway plays. We got to that point. And I live in the Bronx. 80s guy says, my cousin lives in Yonkers now. She's from Amsterdam or from Holland, and she's engaged to a dude out in Yonkers. So, yeah, we'll probably be going back down there some point, I would imagine. We talked about that already. I'm just kidding, Sam. Then Wayne says, I used to live in Brooklyn, Canarsie. Not sure what that means. Is it a joke, or I'm not sure if it's actually a place. Brooklyn, Canarsie. Not sure what that is. Sorry. Or I might have said it wrong. Spoke to CGC today. They're unboxing. We did that already. Hulk, we did that already. Hello from New Mexico. Hello, James. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Thanks for popping by. You've become a regular here on the channel. Great to have you, for sure. And Michael was still guessing which book. Giant Size X-Men 1. I was wrong. Unboxing means the clock starts, then 130 plus days. Well, we'll see. Hopefully we're going to be getting another box soon. I got a feeling another box will ship out this week, perhaps 2 boxes. Super Friends 8, Michael's asking, not in this box, Michael, but I'm sure we'll get one eventually. Wayne, is that my Moon Knight? I don't. Is it? Are these yours, Michael? I don't know. I don't think they are, but you never know. Wayne, 4.0 She-Hulk. Why? I don't know, but I might buy it if he wants to sell it because I need one for a giveaway. And that's a perfect one to give away. But yeah, I would imagine it's probably worth more than $80, $100. Michael Emmond, Wayne, I know people are slab happy. And I think that's a good way of saying it, slab happy. But again, my friends, maybe that's a copy this guy's had since he was, 8 years old. Maybe he bought it from the store himself when he was 8 years old. We never can, I went on that whole tangent a few weeks ago about getting all kinds of grades in, and sometimes it doesn't make much sense to me, but and then I got kind of inundated with calls and people, I love my books and I'm doing it not for the investment because I love my books and I want to slab them. That's that. And so I'm not going to say nothing. If people want to slab their books, slab your books. Who am I to judge, right? But I can tell you, I had a few guys come by the office yesterday. I made a special arrangement for people that were coming from out of town to meet and they want to drop off books. I must have went through, out of maybe 100, not 100, maybe about 80 books, I only chose him to do. I only suggested he do about, 27 books? And I just said, nope. I mean, it's not worth it. I mean, but his intention is to sell the books. So if your intention is to sell the books, I can tell you right off the bat, if the books don't grade out to a point where the money you have in it is covered and you make a profit, then what's the point? It's just a waste of time. So you got to really be careful when you're picking books for an investment purpose, for turning around and selling the books. You got to make sure it makes sense to sell to do all the work to sell the books. Otherwise, just sell them raw. Just sell them raw. Why have a 10-point scale when you can't actually achieve all 10 points? Well, you can, but very rare. And I know what you mean. It's kind of crazy. Michael says, I feel New Teen Titans #2 has a lot of room to grow. First Deathstroke, that should be worth more. It was a really hot book there for a while, Michael. We're talking about Deathstroke's first appearance in New Teen Titans #2. Yes, it's still highly sought after. It's a book that most guys want in their collections. You know what? You're probably right. You probably could pick up a 9.8 at a reasonable price, or very high grade copies at reasonable prices, and have them graded. Not a bad one to have 2 or 3 or 4 in your collection, because you're right. It's one of those books that I think also, you're right, does have room to grow, in my opinion. And I believe there's either a newsstand or a Canadian variant of that as well. I can't keep track of them all, but I think there is. So that's also something you might want to look for, because that will obviously increase the value. Michael says, X-Men 137, one of my favorite covers of all time. That story rocked me so much when I first read it. Michael also says, I love Boba Fett. You might say I have a Boba fetish. Michael, you make me laugh, man. You make me laugh. Excellent. Great, James. I'm glad you're here as well. David Ross, 10-point scale. Same reason, 100-point school test. Yeah. Who gets a 100%? The odd genius. Yeah, honestly, and as a teacher, have I ever given 100% out? I've been teaching this is my 25th year. Well, kind of 24. I'm at school right now, so 24 years. Have I given 100% on assignments? Yes. Have I given a finished total grade of 100% in all my years? No, I don't think. I think the highest mark I ever gave was a 99. Right? That's me. I know some teachers that do. I know a teacher that gives 100% when he thinks a kid deserves it. I don't know. I just never have. Hey, I used to get 100. Well, Wayne, you're a genius. David Ross, yes, Wayne. In kindergarten. Good. That's a quick comeback, Dave. That was good, Wayne. Selling my raw is tough too. People want 9.8, 55-year-old books at the price of a 1.8. Yeah. Nobody wants to pay top dollar for these books. I think everybody's afraid that that the bottom's gonna fall out, and they're gonna be stuck with these books. But you can't think of it that way. I mean, I think when you're buying raw books, you have to. First of all, selling online is hard. No book I've ever bought online has been the condition promised. Never, ever, ever. So if you're buying raw books and you're having them mailed to you, make sure you're getting a really good deal. But if you have the opportunity to go look at the books, that's what you got to do. You got to get off your butt, go look at the books, check them out, and see them for yourself. Take them out of the sleeve and look through the books, especially if they're the key books. Because potentially, if they have the opportunity of reaching a 9.8, you can recoup some of that investment. I think Wayne, the books you're. Yeah, you know what? Then I don't know. Maybe Wayne's saying nobody ever wants to pay medium dollar either. Then maybe the key is not to sell on Facebook Marketplace. maybe the key is to get them into auctions on eBay. I know I hate eBay, and I wish there was an alternate for eBay. I don't think eBay's kind to Canadians, especially, and either for getting books sent to us or we're shipping books to people. A lot of Americans don't want to deal with Canadian buyers. I've seen that in the past as well. That could be alleviated if you have an American P.O. box or something like that. You can put an American address so the Americans think you're in the States when you're not. But there are ways around that. But you might want to go to an auction. And what I used to do, Wayne, actually, is, I know, I hate it too. He says, I hate eBay. And I do too. But what I used to do on eBay is, and this is going back when I first got back into collecting, and before I started offering pressing service, I had so many books. I was selling bundles. I would sell full, like, for example, Indiana Jones, right? The Indiana Jones series, or I have a chunk of G.I. Joes from 1 to like 50. This is going back a long time, right? And I would put them on eBay, and I'd put a buy it now or best offer price on. I'd sit on it, and I sold everything, and you negotiate back and forth, because that way you're selling to a group of people that are not only in it for the money. Because a lot of guys want to will either buy omnibuses if they want the whole story, because they can't afford the full series. But if you can buy a full series at a decent price, then some guys will take that chance and they'll buy it. So even though you hate eBay, you might want to make friends with eBay, because that might be your best option. Because if you're getting lowball offers constantly on Facebook or on Kijiji or on classifieds, then don't even bother. Or Wayne, what you could do is bundle them up. If you're selling lots, and then go to a local convention and put good prices on them. Your prices are good. Slap prices, go rent a table somewhere, and you're in a room with guys that are going to still probably lowball you, but you also have speculators in there and guys who genuinely love comics and want to read them, and then you'll have a better chance of selling them that way. Perhaps. I'm not saying that's a guarantee, but again, I think probably eBay's your best bet. I hate to say. Ben Kelly says, never given 100%, no student is getting a 9.8. A select few earn 9.6, grading the curve just like the population control at CGC. Yeah, Ben. That's right. Ben, you're a prof. You're not you're a teacher, but you're a prof, I think, up north, right? If I remember correctly, at the university. But yeah, giving out hundreds, there's always room for improvement. There's always room to grow, and to give out 100% means you are a master of the craft or of the subject. So I don't know if any kid really is. I mean, if I was teaching math, I guess, and if I was giving out, my test was my mark was based solely on, quizzes, tests, and exams, and the mark they only got was 100%. I guess I had to give them 100%. I suppose. But I think if you're teaching something like, like I teach drama and visual arts and those types of things and film studies, but if you're teaching, like, say, sociology or psychology or some anthropology class or something like that, or history, you're open to interpretation, I guess. Essays can be graded and work can be kind of, giving out hundreds is kind of a little less on the point there. You know what I mean? So, Patrick, I'm late again. Hoping to see my slabs coming back soon. Me too, Patrick. Me too. But you know what I always say about being late? Always better late than never, my friend. Better late than never. Wayne, there's not much opportunities for us Canadians for selling. I wish we did have like an eBay for the Canadians. We do ebay.ca. I know we do. But I don't know. But you know what? Honestly, Wayne, you should honestly consider, try it out, man. Put a couple of small lots up there. Put maybe 10 lots. The Alpha Flight books or whatever. There's lots of books. Give a grade range. Make no promises about the grades. Be very honest about it. And make it a competitive price. And I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised, The real David Ross, eBay, okay, or OT kind of seller. Oh, wait. Sorry, I jumped over somebody. I'm sorry. There's not much. Okay, Michael says, I'm waiting on you to get that Marvel Premiere 15 Iron Fist graded from that collection you picked up, Kevin. I know. So am I. I have not looked at that collection since I did my last video. I spoke to the owners the other day, actually. I said, listen, I go, realistically, these are going to go into storage, man. They're probably going to go into storage for God knows how long. I'm going to try. And I have that sale this Friday, by the way, guys. I'll talk about that at the end of the video because I do have to get going soon. I'm meeting Roy actually, and some other comic book guys tonight to discuss our sale on Friday. But for a quick little Coca-Cola, Diet Coke. David Ross, eBay, OT kind of seller. Thank you. Not kind to any seller. eBay is scary sometimes. PayPal's even scarier. I've heard of people getting locked out of their account for 3 months. You might have like $6,000 or $7,000 tied up in PayPal, and they'll lock you out for months sometimes to do investigations. Screw that. I'm not a big fan of PayPal. And you'll notice, guys, if you do work with me with pressing and cleaning and whatever, when I bill you, I ask for either, if you're in Canada, I ask for e-transfer. I prefer that. There's no fees on that, because if I use the other thing, Square, it's Visa and MasterCard, it's very expensive. But I don't offer PayPal anymore. I'd rather take Square than PayPal, because I don't want to tie money up in PayPal, because I don't trust they're going to lock you out. We're doing a random investigation, and your money's tied up for 3 months. Screw that. And I've heard that happening. The Real Hyperion, I use auction houses. I find you get more exposure and high prices. The Real Hyperion, please let us know which auction house. But okay, I think Heritage only sells graded books, don't they? I'm pretty sure. But Wayne, there are local auction houses here in Durham region, believe it or not, like online antique auction houses. That might be an option for you. We'll talk. I have a couple of numbers. Max Sold is another one that's local, I think, that does sell comic books, but there's better ones than that. I'll tell you, last year I was at school. My buddy comes running over to me. It's Kevin, man, there's a big comic book auction in BC. And I'm like, okay. And so I looked into it, and it was a comic book auction, and it had a lot of great books. Hulk 181 and, lots of early X-Men and a lot of early ASMs, and there was like lots and whatever. It was great. Nothing was graded. It was all raw books, raw collection. And the books didn't even have freaking backing boards on them. So anyway, my buddy gets me into this. I end up buying like about $500-$600 worth of books. It was a real pain in the ass getting the books here, because you have to arrange your own shipping. Luckily I knew somebody out in BC, and he did me a solid, went and picked the books up and shipped them to me. But nonetheless, I got some great deals. But some of the books went for stupid money. So that might be an option for you, Wayne. That might be an option for you. David Ross, check out Whatnot, up and coming up, but no Canadian sellers are yet, but coming. Yeah, David, I tried that myself, and I signed up, and I wasn't allowed because I'm a Canadian. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that being available to us Canadians. And Wayne, check that one out. It's called Whatnot. Yeah, Whatnot. It's pretty awesome. Sam T. Buyers on Facebook Marketplace always try to bargain me to 50% of my asking price. It's because they want to resell them. And I'm guilty of that too. I see books on there too sometimes, and I want to get them for... I never offer somebody... Like if someone's got like a Hulk 81, they're asking $10,000. I'm not going to offer them $5,000. I'm not stupid. Now don't get me wrong, some guys do. I'm not that ignorant. But I try to get a deal. Of course, I think we all try to get a deal. I'm reasonable, but yeah, some guys on there are ridiculous. Where they'll offer like pennies in the dollars. Like, screw, just don't waste my time, right? Or my slabs works well, David Ross says. Again, it's for slabs, obviously. The Real Hyperion, I personally really like Heritage, but you have to negotiate the rate. And so, and Roy, my buddy Roy, uses Comic Collect exclusively. He loves Comic Link. But again, the books have to be graded. Michael Edmond, Ben Kelly studies environmental risk, so selling on eBay would make a good fourth-year thesis project for your students. Nice. Patrick Bolivar, any Star Wars books this Friday's sale? You're talking vintage or new? Vintage or new, Pat? Wayne, don't get me wrong. I've sold quite a few on Facebook. And there's really two different types of people. Those who know a good deal when they see it, and those who just want to make mucho and pay. That's just it, right? Especially if they see the books have been on there for a long time. Wayne, Max Sold, and Hybid. Yeah. Ben Kelly, good idea, Mike. The Real Hyperion, if they are key books, they will sell raw, but they will advise if it's worth grading. Oh, okay. So, but if you got like run books, they're not going to take them. They have to be key books. Max will charge like 30% for selling. Yeesh, that's pretty high. Frank Lamoon. Hey, Frank, how's it going, buddy? Heritage and Cumberland do sell raw and slabbed. I've noticed that Heritage has quite a few more raws for sale. Oh, I didn't know that. I believe this is due to the long churn at CGC for grading. Yeah, but you got to remember, if you're sending to Heritage or Comic Link, are they going to take run books? Really? Will they waste their time on run books? I don't know if they will or not. I could be wrong. Patrick's looking for vintage Star Wars books. I don't know. I might have a couple. I'm not even sure if I'm selling anything on Friday. If I've got a chance, I'll spend 2 hours digging through my stuff and try to find some books to put out for sale. I probably have some slabs I could part with. But I'm not sure, Patrick. I'm not sure. Just best to tune in. 7 o'clock this Friday night. Claim sale at the shop. David Ross. Although I have been successful on eBay selling CGC, of course. Wayne, there you go, Patrick. Wayne has got some Star Wars, vintage Star Wars for you. Guys, it's fantastic to be on here doing this because you guys can get to know each other and you guys can even sell books to each other, right? And trade and do all that kind of stuff. Anyways, guys, I'm getting out of here. Again, before I go, remember, this Friday night, there was a claim sale. It's going to be on Instagram. I'm debating whether I should come to YouTube eventually, but I'm going to do Instagram again. It's an Instagram sale live from my shop here in Oshawa. It's going to be myself, Tony Iedzi, Roy from Roy's Paper Heroes, and Blade Man Steve from Peterborough. We're going to have a bunch of books for sale. I think we're going to break it up into sections. Like the first section might be Roy, and then Steve, and then we're going to do it in order because last time we were all mixed up, and the payments were a bit of a pain in the butt. So we're going to do it so that hopefully each section will have a different vendor. So it makes life a little easier, okay? Anyways, that's it for me, guys. I'll be back probably tomorrow or Wednesday with a What's in the Press. Hey, check out that video I posted this afternoon on Gwen Stacy, on Emma, my girlfriend Emma Stone. Don't tell my wife. Potentially appearing in the next Spider-Man film. What do you think? Go on over there and leave a comment. Let me read your comment. Do you think she's going to appear as Gwen Stacy or potentially as Spider-Gwen? And if not Emma Stone, perhaps another actress? I don't know. All right, guys. I am out of here. Michael always makes me laugh. All right, guys. Thanks very much. Have a fantastic night. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.